Well, good day, my people. It's your coach PK coming at your live. Let me just come a little closer, so a little closer to the mic so you can hear me clear. I don't want you to miss anything that I say. I'd rather you miss what you see than what I say because it is important. They say audio is more important than visual. Therefore, I try to get my audio always not top notch so you guys can hear me clear and understand me clear so you don't miss out on the message. So on this live video I wanted to quickly come across. First of all, I would like to wish everybody a good, I hope you had a great Boxing Day. I hope you got some great present today. I hope you had a magnificent Christmas with friends and family, and the weather in Melbourne actually didn't disappoint for a change. They say it was going to rain. It did not rain. It was actually pretty nice, the weather during the day yesterday. A little windy, but the sun was out. So if you were standing on the sun, you would have been fine. Just if you go under the tree and it was a little bit windy and a little bit cold. But other than that, we are from Melbourne. I am from Melbourne. We adjust really well with our weather. We get used to the weather we get. It's not always going to be nice and warm. Sometimes it's going to be warm, sometimes it's going to be cold, sometimes it's going to be windy, sometimes it's going to rain, all in one day. All right, excuse me for 1 second. I just need to do something real quick, and then we're going to proceed with this live. Cool. Sorry, I apologize for the interruption. Some technical issues, but I think they have been pretty much resolved and we are all good to go. So, as I was saying earlier on, I hope and wish you had a great Christmas, in the company of love ones and family members and friends and best friends and great cousins and uncles, people that you love and you like to spend more time with, but due to the maybe distance that you live in, and you haven't been able to, but now there is a bit of a break from our schooling, from our working, from our usual activities. You now have time to sort of get together and reminisce all this time that you have missed each other, and tell each other stories and remind each other that you know, you are now still good friends. Today was Boxing Day, so I hope you got some great present. I hope you were nice, you were good all year long, and Santa was nice to you and brought you the presents that you wished for. So and on this live today, I wanted to talk to you about one thing and one thing only. We are going back to basketball. I know you are on holidays, but basketball never stops. Therefore, we are going to be talking about hard work versus talent. That's the theme for the day or for the night, if depending on what time it is when you're coming or watching this live. I want to ask you guys all, what do you think is best, to have a lot of talent or you to be a hard worker? So I'll just start with stating that you need both. You need to be talented, and you need to be a hard worker as well. Usually, when we talk about talent, we are talking about offense, how to score, how to be a great shooter, how to be a great distributor, how to be good in assisting the ball and get making your teammates better. But when we talk about hard work, we usually mostly we are talking about defense. And like they say, offense brings people to the game, and defense wins games. Nowadays, you need to be a good defender and also a good in offense. You have to be so with basketball, unlike soccer, unlike football or many other sports, you play defense and you play offense as well. In nowadays, we have a lot of players. They are sort of what they call you know, they defend well and then they just shoot on offense. But I still believe you need to be talented in a way that your offense to be more than one ways of scoring. You have to be able to take the ball to the basket, and you have to be able to stretch the floor as well by shooting 3 pointers. What do you think about it? Hit me up in the comments down below. I don't want to be the one just smashing you with a lot of information, a lot of things that are, my opinion most of the time, a lot of things that you guys may or may not agree. So I would like you to be part of this conversation. Thank you for the love hearts. I can see the love hearts coming up. I appreciate it very, very much. Please keep it coming. Please keep it. The love hearts coming is, it's a very, very makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'm doing a great job. Makes me feel, wanting to do more of those videos to help you guys understand the game of basketball a little bit better. And also, just being having a community, a platform where you can come in and talk about basketball without being judged, giving your opinion, giving your 2 cents on certain aspects of the game and certain, you know, share your knowledge with others, because the way I explain things might be good for some or not quite as good for others, because they quite click it doesn't quite click. But if you say something your own way, it clicks, and many people sort of are familiar with the way you say things, and they understand it easier and better that way. So that's the reason we are on this live, to get together as a community, to get together as basketball people, and analyze and make sure everybody is on the right spot and they're doing the right thing all the time. Now, again, I'm gonna go back to. I will try to stay as much as I can on my subject today. I know it's gonna be question, probably all different questions, but I will try to stay on my subject today as much as I can and give you guys, an insight of what I think should be like as a player. I'll give you an example. It's still stories. I was watching today, the 26th of December 2025. Was watching the LA Lakers play the Houston Rockets not too long ago. Here in Australia, we are sort of ahead of the States. So in the States, they are a little bit behind in a way. So they played. Oh, thanks. I didn't know I was even exercising. But anyway, they played, a few hours ago to us. But they play on Christmas Day. But to us here is Boxing Day, the 26th. They play on the 25th evening, sort of thing. So, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to do. They use those games because they know people are on holidays. People are trying to spend time with family and friends. And why not go to watch a basketball game with family and friends while you're on holiday? So it's a good way to spend your evening, I guess, and which is great. But what I was gonna come to the point is that talent versus hard work. Okay, now I was watching the game. On one side we have the Houston Rockets. You have obviously Kevin Durant being the main guy at the moment, and then you have Ishmael Shangu, which is the center star, and then you have Steven Adams coming off the bench, which is also experienced center and good with screening and stuff like that. And then on the other side you have the LA Lakers, obviously with Luka Doncic, and then you have LeBron James still on his playing, still there, and then you have guys like DeAndre Elton, and then you have guys like defenders and Marcus Smart and things like that. So I think that's the reason they went to get Marcus Smart, because Marcus Smart is a defending first player, and therefore with these defending activities is to help the lack of defense the Lakers have by not having Anthony Davis in the middle like they used to have, and by sort of having now guys like DeAndre Hayton, which is not a bad defender, but I don't think he's as articulate as Anthony Davis was, especially when it comes to helping, when it comes to getting getting on the way and helping out. I don't think he's as active defender as Anthony Davis is, as helping ready as Davis was, especially when Anthony Davis was healthy. I mean, obviously, if Anthony Davis is not healthy, he can't really help. But when he was healthy, I think he was a better fit on the defensive anchor. And I remember the years that they won in the bubble with Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard as well. So they always had somebody to help the lack of ability that guys like LeBron had to stay in front of players, because LeBron, to be honest, is getting to the father age. Father time is knocking on the door. Obviously, he's not the quickest on his feet, but much respect for the man. He done a lot for the game. So love LeBron, big fan of his game, and he's the fact that he's still in the game is amazing. So you're gonna excuse me again. I'm just gonna do something real quick. Apologize for that. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I hope you didn't miss me too much. Good stuff, good stuff. Good eye, people. Today's theme is simple. Today's theme is uh, talent versus hard work. And, if you look, I was talking about the Lakers game this afternoon that I was watching. I didn't watch the whole game, I'll be honest. I had, people over from, Boxing Day. Sort of, we had, organized lunch and dinner yesterday for Christmas here at our place, and then after that people came back today for lunch to have a bit more of the leftovers, which was great. Therefore I was sort of watching the game, and at the same time I had to go and help out and stuff like that, so I didn't watch the whole game before. But the bit that I saw, it was uh, it was pretty clear that the Lakers have got a defensive problem. Obviously, they've got a lot of talent on the offense with, Reeves, LeBron, Luca, even DeAndre Ayton. When he's in the middle there, he can sort of he's good for lobs and stuff like that. So it's obviously he's that's why they got him. But I still don't believe the Andrew Ayton is a good defender when it comes to helping, when it comes to being alert, like Anthony Davis was. So therefore, I would say, the Lakers have got a defensive issue problem, because if you can't help on LeBron, if people drive on LeBron, if you can't help when people drive on Luca, uh, what is going to happen is going to always create mismatch. It's going to always create issues on the defense, because if you help, they'll ditch to the person you are defending for the shot, and if you don't help, they play one on one and end up scoring. Like it's almost impossible to have Luca defending KD, because not just he's faster on his feet, it's also much taller, so you can shoot over him or you can drive on him. So you pretty much got him off balance all the time, and then what happens is when there is a help, you can always just pass the ball to the helper, and the shooter's ready to pretty knock 3 pointers on. Let me just read a few of my TikTok friends talking about this. What's happening on TikTok? No, none of them matter without the right opportunity, especially in Australia. So I was just gonna say hi, Donna Mara. I can see Donna Mara is there, my sister-in-law. So hi, how are you? And thank you for being on my live. I appreciate you being on live. I hope you are at home and resting well. And solo basketball is all about. Okay, so yeah, so Solo, one of my guys on TikTok here, just telling me that basketball is not about is about who you know, no, not what you can bring to the game. That's very true. That's very true. First of all, to start, you need an opportunity, and if you don't have an opportunity, it's really difficult to make it there. But guys like LeBron James, they had to work their way up. I mean, they came out of nowhere. Luka Doncic, he come from overseas, from a different continent, a different country. So, so they didn't have anybody there to open the doors for them. They had to open the doors themselves with their talents, and that's how they got there and got the opportunity. Hi, Coach PK, you ref one of my games in Warrnambool. Hi, Queen, how you doing? Thanks, I sure did. And Skylar, hi Skylar, how you doing? Thanks for being on my live. I appreciate you. Go Warrnambool. Yes. So as I was saying, in a way, like if you look at the Lakers offense, there's a lot of talent. There's guys they can stretch the floor. Obviously, Lucas can shoot. Obviously, Austin Reeves can shoot. LeBron, when he's having a good day, he can shoot or he can drive. He's got the body for it. He's got the big body and the speed on his legs still to put the fence teams in off balance and sort of take the ball to the basket and cause damage. But he is not as fast as he used to be because now he's getting younger guys. They are quick on their feet. They can stay with him and stay in front of them until he takes the shot. And I always say to guys, when you are defending, just stay in front of the player you are defending. So the in front meaning between you and between them and the hoop. So don't be beside him. The ball on the other side. No, stay in front as much as you can. Give him a bit of distance, a bit of space, and stay in front. If he catches the ball, he stops his dribbling. Approach, get a little bit closer, hand straight up. Make him take the shot over you, or make him take a difficult shot, which means that you might have the more possibility to get that rebound before him. Because you should be in front of him, so before between him and the basket. So that's all I say to defenders out there. And this being in front is part of hard work. So you can have as much talent as you can, but for you to stay in front of anybody, you need to be fast in your feet. And to get fast in your feet is a combination of strength and also speed. So if you work on your strength, on your legs, getting your legs strong and stronger, and then use the speed, it's gonna give you athleticism to run, jump, rebound, dunk, and play defense and stay in front. And then when they have to shoot the ball, make sure they get a difficult shot. Make sure they shoot over you, and not you staying behind the play. I don't quite understand and comprehend how a player defending can be behind the player shooting the ball or beside him, because especially if he's going one on one against you, you need to be in front. You need to have the speed, the legs to stay in front at all time. Okay, and that's all you need to do as a defender. You don't have to block the ball. You don't have to steal the ball. You just stay in front every time, Okay, and hands straight up when they are taking the shot. I think that's my advice to everybody out there that wants to be a good defender, an all-rounder. So you need to stay in front to guard the shooter or to make the shot difficult. That's exactly what you need to do. Just make it difficult. You don't have to take the ball off him. Just make his shot or her shot difficult so you can then jump on the rebound when hopefully he misses. Okay, so sometimes there will be players that make difficult shots, but the percentage of their shot from going in is very low, and therefore you should continuously challenging that shot to hopefully make it. All right, I hope you can see me clear. Most importantly, I hope you can hear me clear. I'm just gonna go to all my socials and see if I'm actually live and if you can see me clear, if you can hear me clear. I appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up or even just a love heart. Send me love heart. It shows me that you can hear me clear and you can see me clear as well. I would appreciate it very, very much. Thank you guys for doing that. Okay, let's see what's here. I've got a YouTube. I'm live. Wonderful. You can see YouTube. I'm live. Very good. Hi YouTube. Hi TikTok. All right, let's see if Instagram is coming at me clear. Instagram. Back here, yep, live on Instagram. What's up, Instagram? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being on my live. Cliff and others join your live. Thank you for being on my live. I appreciate you guys. And TikTok, let's go and see TikTok if TikTok is good. TikTok live. Okay, let me turn this off first. Okay, live is here and TikTok. Alright, I'm live as well, which is great. Appreciate you all guys being on my live. Thank you for being here. Now, continuing with the subject, today's theme, today's reason we are here is a simple question. Why would you rather have? Would you rather have talent or would you rather have a good workout ethic that gets you the fitness, that gets you the ability to be physical, to play great D? Because as you heard before, offense brings people to the game and defense wins you championship. So I don't know how much you believe in that. If you tell me I don't think that's true, you need to have more talent and defense, I'll listen to you. I won't judge you. If you tell me the other way around, you need to have more defensive ability, like guys like Draymond Green on your team, or even Brooks. I will also listen to you. Let me just check up what's happening here. You ref me once and my team had 8 takes for touching the ball after a score. All right. Yeah. Well, this is a rule. Okay. Now let me just go tell you. Well, if you score the basket, obviously the opposition team is gonna inbound the ball. So when you score the basket and you touch the ball or grab the ball, you are slowing down the other team from inbounding the ball and go for a fast break quick. And a lot of teams do that. What they do is, as soon as they score the ball, they hold the ball or to tap the ball away or tap the ball all the way to the baseline. By the time the opposition team is going to pick up the ball, they run back and set up their defense. Okay, so this is illegal. So when you score and you tap the ball or touch the ball or grab the ball, you're gonna get a warning. And then I believe that's what I did. I gave them a warning. I said, guys, when you score the basket, you are not allowed to tap the ball or touch the ball because it stops the opposition team from running a fast break. Now, if you do it again after a warning, it's going to be a tech foul. And if you do it again, it's going to be another tech foul and another tech foul until you stop doing it, until the message goes through. Because once the referee gave you a warning and you do it again, you are showing disrespect. You are telling the referee, I'm not really listening to, I don't really care what you have to say. I'm still going to do whatever I'm going to do anyway. But as a referee, I can't keep giving you warning after warning after warning. I give you one warning and then I take you, because it's unfair for the other team to say, well, ref, you gave them already a warning and they did it again and you did nothing about it. So you are a weak referee. You're a referee. They all you do is talk, talk, say, but you don't actually penalize the team from doing the wrong thing. So that's the reason. Once you get their warning and you do it again, take foul, and then every time after that is take foul, take foul, take foul. And if it happens that it's the same player, they've done it twice, so that means you get two take fouls, you are pretty much out of the game. You are disqualified from the game after a second take foul in one game. So yeah, all right. So I hope I was clear. These are the rules at State Center. Okay. All right. I can't remember the game, to be honest, but this is the rules. So if you didn't know or were not aware of the rules, now you are aware of the rules. You get a warning, and then if you do it again, it's a take foul. And every time you do it on a particular game, it's gonna be a take foul, take foul, take foul. I hope at least your team and your coach and all your players, due to the day that I take foul you 8 times, according to what you're saying here, you learned that rule and you never ever do it again. I hope you never do it again, and avoid that technical foul. So if you want to let me know, I will continue conversating about that. I might ask you, did you actually win that game or did you lose that game? I'm pretty sure you won that game. And the reason is, and it tells everybody, I always say to everybody out there, take foul is just part of the game. Don't need to lose your mind because you got to take foul. It's part of the game. You get take fouls. It's 1 point or 2 points. And, you don't win or lose the game because of technical foul. Obviously, you want to avoid that because you don't want to get scored on. And if you want to win, you want to be able to score more points. But if it happens, it's no big deal. Keep playing, keep trying, and you'll be fine. Jody said, must have been more than that. Yeah, Jody said it must have been more than that. So the tech foul, it could have been more than 8 tech fouls. I might or might not remember. I remember having a game. It could be the one we are talking about here or not. But I remember having a game. I believe it was at MSAC. I can't remember the team, but it was a game that I threw many tech fouls. Many tech files. I think it was a Friday night. That's right. I don't know if it's the same that you are talking about there, but I remember having a game at MSTEC that it was that situation where I gave them a warning. I spoke to the coach. I spoke to the players. They were obviously underage, and then every time they scored, they will hold the ball or catch the ball. It was just a habit, and I will go tech foul. They will do it again. Tech foul, tech foul, tech foul, and there was a Friday night. And then on a Saturday, the very next day, there was a tournament somewhere. I can't remember what tournament. It might be in the Southern Peninsula or tournament, or it could be even, but that was a few years ago now. It could even be in the Pacers tournament. I'm not sure. I had the very same team playing again on a Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon. So I just ref them on Friday night. I threw a bunch of tech fouls against them for holding the ball after score. And then I refereed them again on the very next day on Saturday morning. So less than 24 hours, I refereed the team twice. And guess what happened on a Saturday? Zero tech fouls. Zero tech fouls. Because they learned if they score, they don't touch the ball. Why don't you cannot touch the ball? Because you are slowing. You might not think that way. It might just be a force of habit for you to score and touch the ball. But what you are actually doing, you are slowing down the other team. You are stopping the other team from inbounding the ball fast and go for a fast break. And you are, by wasting time, you are getting your team set up with the defense and not allow them to run any fast break, which is unfair, and that's why you get technical foul for time delay. Is called pretty much it's time delay technical foul after a few warning. I hope I answer your question. I don't not sure if it was that your game, but I did referee for many years, and I have take foul a lot of time. It's not a big deal. It's just a take foul part of the game. Play on. Any more questions while I'm here? I'm happy to answer any questions at any time. I hope you can see me clear. Most importantly, I hope you can hear me clear, because really what matters to me more is what I'm saying, and not what I'm just standing here doing. Um, Let me know in the comments down below if I ever left you, if you ever had any question, it's something that you weren't sure about, something that bothered you in the game, or a rule that weren't aware of. A rule, if you have any doubts about any rule and why the rules are there, or any reason, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you out. I'm here to make you understand the game a little bit better, and so you become a better player, because it's not a good thing to go to play a basketball game and you are thinking, oh, the referees are against us, we are probably gonna lose anyway because the ref are out to get us. That's not a good way to go and play a basketball game. You want to go there and play the basketball game until the end, and regardless of the referees, regardless of the opposition you have, you try your hardest, you play your best, and trust me, if you keep playing until the end, you will probably win the game. Because in a game of basketball, there is what we call momentum. Okay, so momentum means sometimes the momentum is on your side. And what happens when the momentum is on your side? You are playing well, you are running well the offense, you are getting easy layups, you are shooting the ball well, and it happens not just for one player, it's the whole team gets a good momentum. Everybody's feeling good, the passes are going back well, the cuts are happening, the screens are happening, the blocking are happening. And when you have that momentum, you want to capitalize on that momentum as much as you can, so push that momentum, because at some stage, the momentum is going to shift back to the other team. They now start doing what you were doing, and that's when a lot of coaches, they call a timeout, because to cut up the momentum of the other team, to maybe become a bit more aware on defense, to maybe become a bit more aggressive on defense, because therefore that's how you win the game, when you capitalize on your momentum better than they capitalize on their momentum. So let me know if you can hear me clear, if you can see me clear, and if you understand what I'm saying. So if you don't, feel free to ask any questions at any time. All right, let me just go through my socials here and see what's happening. All right. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, very good. So, YouTube, we're here. What's going on in YouTube? Yep. Too easy. Too easy. That's good stuff. All right, got a few views there, a few views here. And Facebook, what's up, Facebook? I'm on Facebook Live on my Facebook page. It's called Basketball Number 4 Dummy. So hit me up there if you're on Facebook, or I will be good to see you there. And Instagram, I'm also live. Cool, cool. All right, all right, all right. Now, what else is new? What else is new? Let me see. Let's see. TikTok is here. TikTok is there. Alright, one watching. Good stuff. Good stuff. Too easy, too easy, too easy. Now, going back to the theme, going back to where we started. So I have now been on this live for about 35 minutes, so I don't have much time to be here due to being a holiday. I would like to spend time with my partner. We don't spend as much time during the year due to her work and my work. And then we know being a basketball referee, you sort of have evening games, and then during the week, and then sometimes on the weekend as well. So you're trying to manage a way that we can spend more time together. So you're working on it. The days that best suit us to spend time together. So hopefully we're gonna find a fine line or a agreement on days and time to spend together. But I understand at this time of the year, obviously there is no school, so there is no work. It's holiday pretty much for most people. You know, Christmas just went past. Merry Christmas, late Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If you don't, happy holidays. If you don't celebrate holidays, I hope you are having a good time, out of work with family, found something to do, to talk, to watch. Couple of few basketball games, NBA basketball game happened actually today, being the 26th, and also it NBL had a few games happening today. So I hope there was a game near you and you managed to go and watch the game. So that these games on Christmas Day, WNBA, 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 and not WNBA at the moment due to they are on a break while the NBA is on. But in Australia here, we have WNBL. So NBL stands for National Basketball League, and then the WNBL, we have the women playing in the WNBA and NBL. We have the men's playing. They are actually playing right now. As soon as they get to the finals and they finish the competition up to March, April, the finals happen there. Then we're gonna have Big V starting and NBL 1 starting not long after that. So pretty much if you live in Australia, in Melbourne and most of the main cities in Australia, you got basketball all year long. You have the NBA, NBL or WNBL, starting in around October all the way to about April, and then after the April you have the Big V or NBL 1 going from April all the way to around October as well. And if you live in Victoria, you have the what we call a CBL or Country Basketball League, which happens mostly during the summer, which is about October up to about February or so. So some of them actually finished at the grand finals before the end of the year, but some of them will still go, depending on what conference, how many teams they're involved, they might actually go a little bit longer. So yeah, so I hope you are enjoying this live. If you are enjoying this live, hit me up with thumbs up or hit me up with love hearts. I always like a lot of love hearts and a lot of thumbs up. I appreciate you guys very much for being on this live and spending time with me. I'm here to obviously give you some value. Thank you. I can see the love hearts coming through. Appreciate you, and here to give you some value. If it comes to basketball, if it comes to anything that is basketball related, I can give you a perspective from a referee point of view. I can give you a perspective of a coach point of view. I can also give you a perspective of a spectator and table scorer point of view, which is amazing. So let me just answer this question. All right. God Smoke say, Coach PK, who's your favorite NBA player? Good question. I've been around for so long, it might surprise you because I've been, around basketball and for so long, and I've been watching, at least 3 decades, 3 to 4 decades of NBA games. Look, if it comes to, let's say, for example, every single player in the NBA would be injury free and they will never ever be injured. They can play back and forth and playing all the time without being injured, there will be you'll be surprised. My favorite player actually in the NBA growing up, as a matter of fact, growing up, he was the only player that I bought a jersey, like a singlet of. He's a player that many of you don't know, but he didn't have much time playing in the NBA. He got injured and then he got traded and then he got traded again and then eventually he got injured again and then he disappeared from the NBA. That's why LeBron James is so valuable, because he has been around for so long and he doesn't get injured. Like, he gets injured here and there, a bit of here and there, but he misses 2 3 games, but he doesn't really get injured for a very long time where he has to do surgery or anything like that. He gets injured and then he's strong enough to come back. He rolls his ankle, he comes back not long after. So he's an amazing player. Now, my favorite player of all time is no other than a player that played for the Orlando Magics in the 90s, I believe 95 ish, 94. He played with Shaquille O'Neal. He played with Nick Anderson. He played with Dennis Scott. He played with Orange Grant. And it is number one from the Orlando Magic, Anthony Penny Hardaway. If you haven't heard from him, please go and check it out and Google him and go to YouTube him. Anthony Hardaway. Penny is obviously his nickname. Penny, as his grandmother used to say, you are worth every penny you make, worth every penny you get, because you are that talented and you are that special. Okay, so go and check out Penny Hardaway if you've never heard of him, and you'll be surprised what he could do on his prime. Penny Hardaway was such a good player. Penny Hardaway, classic, one of the most underrated player. Yes, so actually, it looks like you guys have heard of him. It looks like you guys have saw him play before. He was a magician on the game. I mean, the ability of him to go to the basket and dunk the ball with such ease, the ability for him to fun check most of the time for lobs and alley oops, and it was great. And at 6'7", even in nowadays, he would have been a really good defender. He got a good length to defend any area. So and if it wasn't for uh, Shaq leaving the Orlando Magic on the 95 and go to the Lakers, I think Anthony Hardaway will still be playing, because what happened is once Shaq left, he became the guy on the team, and then he had to do heaps more, because they didn't really replace Shaq with another proper center that could do what Shaq was doing. So he had to do more that he was doing, and therefore push his body, I think, too far, and he had a knee injury that put him out of the game. But before, when you play with Czech, crazy. They actually beat the Michael Jordan when he had the number 45 and came back, to play basketball. He beat them. They beat that Chicago Bulls team on the first year, and then they went to lose. They got swapped by the Houston Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon on a game which we know Nick Anderson missed 4 free shots to allow Kenny Smith to shoot 3-pointer and beat them on their first game in Orlando, and they never recover from that. Which is unfortunate, but if somebody like Dwight Howard came at that time to play with Anthony Hardaway, he would have been magical. He would have been amazing. But he just, he ran out of time. I guess he got injured too many times. Okay, what do I have here? Penny was such a good player. Do you referee at Sandringham Basketball Stadium? I did referee at Sandringham many times when I was doing VJBL, VCs, and stuff like that. Don't, I haven't been there for in a long while, but I am wearing orange, and I love Sandringham, and I would love to come back and referee in Sandringham, even if it was domestic. I would love to go there and referee. It's a nice place, always very pleasant people. I love Sandringham, so yeah, maybe soon in the future. Do you referee? PK, Merry Christmas. What do you do during the holidays when here is no basketball on? Thanks for asking, Jordy. Merry Christmas to you too. I hope you had a great Christmas and got some awesome praises. When there is no basketball, I'm here. I'm here going live and chatting to you guys and continuous talking to you about basketball and promoting the game and promoting the referees and encouraging more players and more people to become referees and do more about the game of basketball. So basketball never stops. So even when there is no games, either I'm watching NBA or NBL or WNBL on TV, or I'm analyzing, referees. I'm always basketball is never stops. It's a continuous thing, all day, every day. Basketball. I live from basketball. You know that. Coach Speaker, I am a fan. You have ref me for years now in a 3-on-3. Wayne Nam, I think it's Wayne. Wayne, mom, thank you, appreciate you. That's what I am here. I'm here to provide you everybody out there with as much value as possible, as much knowledge as possible about the game of basketball. So if you are a referee out there, if you are refing the game, if there is something to call, make sure to call it, because the more you call and let people know and understand the game of basketball, and the more consistent you are, the more people are going to remember you and remember, oh, I learned that rule from their referee. And thank you so much for, I'm very blessed that I can provide you with all this good information, all this basketball knowledge, so you can continue loving the game that I love and continue being a good ambassador of the game of basketball. SPK Emmanuel Malou. Okay, my yeah. So Jody, so she just said my favorite player is Emmanuel Malou. So yeah, Emmanuel Malou is a great basketball player. He you know grew up here in Melbourne in Sunshine area. So he's from a South Sudanese background, and he played basketball in a college up in the States, and then he got drafted to the NBA. Actually, the Sacramento Kings drafted him a few years ago. If you check up on YouTube, there will be videos of him being drafted, and also sort of preparing for the upcoming year. And then he got injured. He had a bad knee injury that sidelined in, and then from there, he just pretty much was out of the rotation, out of the roster. He came back to Australia. He played for the Longhorns. He played for a few teams here and there, and then eventually he went to play for a few countries overseas, here and there, a few gigs here and there. Then at the moment he's back here in Australia. So he pretty much is a guy that has got a lot of experience playing international and overseas. He played for the team South Sudan as well in the African Championships a few years ago. So he's got a lot of experience playing the game in many different countries with many different coaches. So he just very recently opened a clinic, a half court, a facility in Kilo, which is promoting a lot on Instagram. So if you go to Instagram and Google Emmanuel Malou, you'll see him there. So good if you want to learn anything offensive, defensive, he's the guy to talk to. All right. Awesome, awesome. Excellent, excellent. So, guys, I still would like to see more love hearts. I really, I appreciate, I love getting love hearts. I appreciate all these. It shows me that you're enjoying my life. It shows me that I'm doing the right thing. It shows me that, you're accepting and receiving my message really well. So, more love hearts, more flowers, more TikToks, all of these nice things. Please send it my way. I love to see more of that. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. Love hearts coming all over the place. I appreciate you. Jack Golf say, how bad are Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Okay, I think you mean who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Great question. That's a really, really good question. And look, Jack, depends on what you put your emphasis on. if my emphasis, like if what I think is more important is somebody to have a lot of championships, win a lot of championships, you're probably gonna say Michael Jordan because he won six and LeBron won only four. Four is a lot. I mean, 2% of players that play in the NBA they win one championship. He won four times, so that's a lot. But obviously Michael Jordan won more. Killer mentality, Michael Jordan for sure. Like if it comes to you know uh, the player you want to give the ball to with seconds to go in a tight game, I'll probably go for Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is probably also was the better athlete. He was had a massive air flying sort of. He flew in the air like he was flying, dunking and spinning and doing all these tricks. He had a fantastic athleticism. Okay, so Michael Jordan in this case is uh, better than LeBron James, but you can also see it on the other side of the coin. Okay, LeBron James, he didn't have as much talent as Michael Jordan, I would say, but he worked really hard to become a great player. He worked really hard to become a player that not just scored, but also made his teammates better. Not just made his teammates better, he, he, he won not as an individual player, he won as a team. Okay, he was a good distributor, he was a good rebounder, he was a good, so he was, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan when it comes to multitasking, doing many different things, great. But Michael Jordan was better when it came to scoring. Defender, Michael Jordan was okay. Rebounder, not much of a rebounder. Assist, definitely not much of assist. But LeBron James, if you look at the different categories, scoring, rebound, blocking, assisting, and stuff like that, LeBron James is a better player. If you ask me who I want to play with, I'll probably say LeBron James. Because I know if I play with LeBron James, he's going to find me open, he's going to give me the ball, and I'm going to take shots. If I play with Michael Jordan, I might stay in the corner and wait for the entire game and not get the ball because he's just going to go and do his thing. So it's pretty much catch the ball, give it to Michael Jordan, and get out of the way. While with LeBron, he's going to get me involved. You want to be involved in the game. All right, let me see what else we have here. Jody says, Solo, unfortunately, that can be the case in all sports, but don't give up. That's a good say, Jody. I appreciate your input and also what you say to Solo. Solo earlier on, and if you go back up to the messages, say that he is who you know, not what you know. To make team and not make the team, and that's true. And look, and the way I look at it, it's like that. When you start playing basketball, let's say under 12s, VC, VJBL, whatever, there is so many teams. Let's say I think a few years ago, Melbourne Tigers had like 35 under 16s boys and girls. Like that's a ridiculous amount of money of players, people, kids that want to play basketball, rep. Okay, and they had all these teams because when parents want to play, the kids to play, they will take your money. They'll say, "Yep, come in, join the team, go for a tryout, and then get a team." Okay, so you might be Melbourne 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 35, 30. I don't know if they still have that many, but that year they had so many players a few years ago now. I'm not too much involved with Melbourne Tigers. I used to be, but they had all these teams, okay? But 35 teams, how many players are there? Like if you go 35 by 5, you go like, I don't know, 200, 300 players. So out of them, Melbourne, as you start getting older, they have less and less teams. So let's say under 12, they have 30, under 14, they only got 15. So players are going to be being left out, being, dropped off. under 16 even less, under 18s even less, under 20s even less. So because they don't have as many teams anymore, so a lot of players are gonna be left out. Pretty much say, sorry, we don't have a team for you. Either they can go and play on a different team. You know, if you live in Melbourne, maybe Bolini is not too far from you. Maybe Kilo, maybe I don't know. All these different teams are not too far from you, so maybe join them and continue playing your sport. But when you get up to after the under 20s, for example, or under 18s, in many clubs they only go for to under 18s. They don't even have under 20s because there's not many people playing under 20s. Most of people, they are good enough after the under 18s, they go and play youth league, big V, or go overseas and study. But then when you get to that point, there is not really anywhere to play anymore. As the competition is related, you can still practice, you can still be good at it, but there is just not enough teams to play youth league. Even youth league, you go youth league 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about big V now in Victoria. But then what happens at that stage? You then end up playing domestic somewhere on your local, domestic, and that's pretty much all you do, playing domestics, or you can start playing some kind of tournament. So there's a lot of tournaments come up. Like not too long ago, we're gonna have Burn City Classic is coming up not too long ago, so that's gonna be played soonish. And then you have Battle of Nations, and then you have what else is there? A shoot whenever if they comes back. So you have a few tournaments they come up, and you end up playing after all. Still with friends and groups, and then you have Summer Jam, for example. It's happening also very soon in summer. So you can play this stuff and play domestics and just make friends. They also didn't make it to the highest, so it's difficult. Hi Hads, TikTok, how you doing? Hi Hads, you been well? You have, it's difficult to accommodate all the players. They play domestics, or also they play rap under lower age all the way up to. Then what do they do after they finish? Or what when they don't have any team to go to? Either you go and play for a different team, try out for a different team. Maybe you're gonna get to the youth league, maybe you're gonna get to the Division 1, Division 2 championship team, which is also not easy, because you're gonna compete against pretty much many other teams, from players from many other associations. Okay, so and that's pretty much what happened. That's what a lot of tournaments are really good. I mean, you can play domestics because you love the game and just enjoy playing the game of basketball in domestic level. Or then what you can do is you can start playing in 3-on-3. 3-on-3 might take you places as well if you're good enough. There's national competitions, there's local competitions. Get familiarized with that, and that's what becomes. I mean, that's why we have all these tournaments. I wish we had more tournaments. I wish we had more competitions happening. During the year, other than domestics, that would be more competitive. But unfortunately, we don't have it unless you are good enough, but you finish your under 18s to either go college overseas or to join a youth league team, which is not easy as well. And that's when it becomes a lot of politics, so it becomes a lot of, who what how come he makes the team, how come they don't make the team. And it makes it difficult. It's a shame because a lot of talent are being wasted. I think there's a lot of players, they're very talented. They don't have a place to play after that. They play under 18s because there's just not enough teams in Melbourne to accommodate all these players. They could go overseas, they could go play international, but that's all involves finances, all involves a lot of variables to go well for you. So for those ones they are lucky to get a chance to play big V and continue playing their career and playing until they are much older. Congratulations, best of luck. But it is not easy and it is difficult, especially when there is so many teams, so many players Some people they sometimes become development players from teams. Help them development them a killer development player and stuff like that. So they still play, they still competing, they're still going to the games. They play very limited amount of time, if that, but there's not much more to do, which is a shame because some of these players are very talented. Uh, they could go and become anywhere they wanted to. All right, let me see what we there. Can you tell me what a gather step is? Cousin Kazmok say. Kazmok wanted to know what a gather step is. Cool, cool. I'll let you know. Hang on just a second. Yay. All right. So we now have been on the. Ooh, I have been now on this live for an hour, so it's about time to me to knock off here. But let me just answer this question. A gather step is a zero step, also known as a zero step. So when you say you had two steps, it means your foot was on the ground and you lifted up and then you landed your foot. That's one step. Okay, that's one step. If you catch the ball airborne, like your foot is up here and you catch the ball and you land that foot doesn't count as a one step. It counts as a zero step slash gather step. So that's what we call a gather step, a zero step as well, if you want to call it a zero step, because it's not a full step. Because when you caught the ball, the foot was up, you landed it, that's not a full step, a zero step. If you catch the ball and your foot is down, planted on the ground, and you lift it and then you land, that's one step. But if you catch the ball while your foot is up here and you land it, that's not a step. And sometimes you might receive the ball with 2 feet in the air. So you jump, you pass, you cut it, and then as you land, it's 1 2 to land, zero step. Okay, so then you can have another step and then dribble the ball. So I hope I was clear, I was helpful. I appreciate you answering the question. Favorite NBA player, Sam say. I just replied to this question. Sam, my favorite NBA player of all time is no other than Anthony Penny Hardaway from the Orlando Magic 1995 1994. Check him out if you never heard of him. Thanks, Coach PK. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you all guys for being here. I know some of you are just coming to my live now, and I'm already leaving because I have been on a live for about an hour. So just make sure you pay attention on your phone when you get it. If you follow me, make sure to follow me. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, because when you do subscribe to my channel and follow me, you're gonna get a notification when I'm gonna be live, when I am live. And so if you get that notification, you can always see me live, talk to me and answer me questions. I appreciate you being here. Good night. Have a good night, Coach PK. Thank you. Same to you. Thanks for the love hearts. I appreciate you. See you, Sam. Thanks everybody for being on my live. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to follow me so you don't miss my notification when I'm live next. You guys have a great night. I appreciate you very much, and I'll see you all on the next one very, very soon. Love you. Bye. Have a good night.